wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free.
Okay. Another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. I'm your host, Camille Smith, and today we are having a special guest, y'all. I know it's not live, but it's A-okay because, because I appreciate people that come in my life and make time early in the morning to record, so we're able to do this each and every week. I appreciate her. So Katrina, come to the stage. Big up yourself. Why?
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Like, it's been a long time coming. Like, we've been what? Even though we met through Cleve D'Souza, big up himself. We also were like connected with Andre, so such a full circle with this, and I'm just happy that we're able to do this.
Yeah,
welcome.
And
I know
long overdue.
Yes, and I know it's episode 259. You got you're like, I want to be 260. I was like, it's okay, it's all good. The numbers are cool, but it doesn't mean you're not special if it's like an odd number, right?
Okay. I'll hold that close to my heart.
Exactly. And even though I know you, but some of the folks don't know you, but please let them know, who are you?
Yeah, but I can definitely open that up. But before we jump into that, I think you deserve some credit. Like, we are on podcast 259. Like,
jeez.
That takes a lot of commitment. It takes a lot of, you're doing a million things, right? Taxes, you're doing your podcast, you're also doing what you do during the day. Like, it's a lot, right? So I think it's important to give flowers where they're due.
Oh, and it's so funny that I have a flower right beside me at the same time. I made sure, I was like, I want to keep this like from V-Day, like from a friend and stuff. So Thank you for the flowers. I appreciate you. Like, you ain't making me cry today. But no, like, really and truly, like, especially because we're like in the similar industry, I think it's really important for like, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, or ladies, I forgot to say Happy International Women's Day last week. My bad. But I think it's very important for us ladies to like support each other and also to reach out to the community to just talk about things. So, and I just want them to know, my community or my tribe to know like what you're about. So, but thank you for the flowers. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Yeah, absolutely. And it's super important, especially in the finance world, because it's mainly male dominated, right? So we get to push through that glass ceiling. So it's pretty awesome. Right. So yeah, I'll hop right into it and just tell everyone about my journey and how I became involved in the investments and financial field. So early in my 20s, my mom actually added me as an authorized user on her credit card. And that taught me how to build my credit, because there's a saying that we have, and I'm sure you know it, but who don't hear must feel. I never wanted to feel.
The amount of times I've heard that.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I certainly learned very quickly how to manage my credit. And then obviously with my obsessive compulsive nature, I took it a few steps further and just I ended up building a portfolio of $250,000 in unsecured credit. Something that I like to call mastering the game of credit.
yeah.
And then I basically taught other people how to accomplish that, right? Um, that after starting that venture, I ended up
Mhm.
watching a video. It was episode 4 of a video by Mike Maloney. It was called The Biggest Scam in the World. And that video taught me how the financial systems actually work.
Yeah.
So, like how the banks are lending out our money and then giving us the lowest interest rates back, right? And we were essentially the business, right?
True. True. True.
Um, so then when I found that out, I was like, hey, that's not right. Like, let's try to find an ethical way to make
Mhm.
my money work, right? And
Exactly.
then basically from there, I fell into high risk category, so foreign exchange, also known as forex,
Yeah.
and joining the companies known, majority of them were known as like MLMs. For I found that they were more in the space of teaching people how to recruit than they were in teaching people how to actually trade.
That is very interesting you say that. I've always wanted to have like a podcast about that, but I have to respect it because some of them do have like educational purposes,
100%.
right? So I can't knock those. It's the ones where it's like uh okay, I see what's happening, but I will listen
Yeah.
and listen to the experience that people are having and stuff. But I have to give a shout out to your mom to giving authorizing you on her credit card, and you didn't mash it up, so you didn't really feel too much
Didn't
because
want
that's really because she would have given you some licks.
Yeah.
But I think that's really important because um some of our parents didn't know those
Mm-hmm.
strategies,
Yeah.
but I'm glad that your mom was able to learn that strategy and trust you. I
Yeah.
think it's really important with trusting the person as well
Yeah.
because there's I'm not gonna say all kids are like, irresponsible and stuff, but there
Mm-hmm.
are some that would have taken
Yeah.
that opportunity to just F up their parents' thing. So I'm glad that like you went down the right
Correct
path.
path. Yeah.
Yeah. And can you please say again how much did you accumulate of unsecured credit? Sorry,
Yeah. It was a
because
quarter mil, so 250,000.
Backside. And ooh, just in case for folks that don't understand the unsecured, can you explain that just a little bit? Because
Yeah,
sometimes people
absolutely.
don't understand that.
So there's two things there. There's one is, and just so that everyone knows, my mom is an immigrant to Canada, right? It's not like she grew up here and just knew everything, right? So it
Mhm.
obviously took her time to learn the ins and outs to be able to get me in that position where I could be an authorized user, right?
Mhm.
And then yeah, so essentially the difference between unsecured and secured credit, for those who have a mortgage, for example, right?
Mhm.
And you would get like a loan from the bank, right? They would essentially say, hey, if you were to default on your loan, we are securing it against your mortgage so that if anything were to happen, the bank still gets their money,
Yeah.
right? The
Yeesh.
difference with unsecured is it wasn't tied to anything. So basically, the banks trusted me at the age of 20 to hold
Mhm.
$250,000.
Okay. Sheesh. Okay, that's really good because how many 20-year-olds could can actually say that, especially right now with the how the economy is going. And I want to say that I'm wearing green because we're in war with finances, not the war that's going on over there.
Yeah.
Bad joke, but you know, we're on in war of just educating folks
Yeah.
about how to reach a unsecured credit limit of a quarter million. Like what was your ideal journey in that part?
So with the credit,
Mm-hmm.
um, so
If you don't mind
yeah,
answering.
yeah, no. The journey with credit was basically, so I have, as I said earlier, I have an obsessive compulsive attitude, right? And so when I get into something, I will fully dive into it and I will learn all the aspects of it, be able to flex in and out, because the way that I look at things is I'm always setting up in my mind, I'm always setting up someone to follow my footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so, as a leadership role, if I guide you to go do something and I don't know how to position you out of it, should things go haywire, or should it be positive and you wanted to withdraw something, you know what I mean? Like, you need
Yeah.
to be able to know how to do that. And so, if I haven't experienced it myself and completed it myself, then how can I be authorized to provide you with that guidance? Like, it doesn't work, right?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
So yeah, that's the short answer.
Okay, that makes sense. And I like how you said that your mom was an immigrant and she learned all these aspects. Was that part of your inspiration, or was it like a little bit different? Like what was your like true inspiration in becoming into this financial world other than mashing up the men dumb?
So I think honestly for me, it was one, understanding that finances were never taught in school, right? So I walked away learning
Right?
how to play the recorder, how Shakespeare lived his life, like geography, and mind you, geography is great, but like
Right?
like even in math class, like there's things in there that we never use today, right? Why is
Listen.
it? Yeah, like why is it that people don't know how to calculate a simple, how to be able to have access, sorry, how to calculate how to even get a mortgage, like what that
Mhm.
down payment needs to be, right? Like we don't
Sheesh.
have those simple financial knowledge, right? And
Yeah,
so for me, when I found out, when I watched that video, honestly, that video is the best.
you
It
gotta send it
walked
to
me
me.
through how the banks, yeah, I'll send it to you. It walked me through how the banks were essentially taking our money and
Mhm.
then lending it out for
Oh, yeah.
crazy percentages. And then we're getting like 1, maybe 3%,
Peanuts.
right?
Peanuts.
And then the thing is, people really get excited about that percentage that they're getting because they don't see it anywhere else, right?
Mhm.
But then
Mhm.
they don't factor in that inflation is like 2.4%.
It's so funny I was having that conversation. I actually and I don't know how they were able to trick us and stuff, and I'm not gonna try to like dog them to the point where I get, banned or anything, but like really and truly, like it's the sad fact where you see, and I spoke to like some clients that talk about it, like, oh, the bank tells me to save $6,000 and so I can save $15. I'm like, did you hear yourself?
Mm-hmm.
If you put in $6,000
Mm-hmm.
in your checkings, not savings, your
Mm-hmm.
checking,
Mm-hmm.
just to save $15, that is wild, outrageous.
Yeah. I just shared with my church the other day about not plugging these organizations, but
Mm,
just providing knowledge, right?
yeah.
So the baby of Scotiabank is
Hmm.
Tangerine,
Yes.
and
Big
they
up
don't charge you
Tangerine,
fees.
mind you.
Big up,
I like
right?
them personally.
Yeah, they don't charge you any fees, and then the baby of CIBC
It's
is Simply
simply.
Financial, right? And they also don't charge you any fees. So instead of you having to, hey, you got to put 12,000 in this account before you can waive your fees, you don't have to worry about that, right? Then you can actually
Mm-hmm.
put that 12,000 into an investment that's compounding,
Right?
right? And yeah, so I 100% agree with you there.
It's absolute madness. And I've since one of the big banks pissed me off and I switched to Simply.
Yeah,
Um I think it's very beneficial because this has unlimited e-transfers too.
yeah,
Like, and you know what? I'm not gonna knock it. Like, if you want to have the big bank still, just to because you've been there for years, like
mhm.
every Caribbean person has either been at TD, Scotia, or um
BMO, RBC,
BMO. But I feel like the most popular ones is Scotia Bank, and that's because like some of the Caribbeans
it's in the
have
Caribbean.
Scotia,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
At TD because I don't know, they saw green, they said, "Yo, green equals money." Yes, right?
Yeah,
Or like the last few is like between CIBC, BMO, and RBC. I don't, I don't know. I don't know the connection sometimes, but
yeah,
I'm like, okay, I know if it's an immigrant, they're gonna tell those first two, they're gonna tell me that for
yeah,
sure because of just the connection from
yeah.
like back home.
But
Well,
there's
that's
two.
why it's the Caribbean, so.
There's actually two things there.
Mm,
One is, and I just found this out the other day. I went to an event called Empire Nights, and they were
mm,
speaking about the Caribbean, and I learned that
mhm.
Scotia Bank location was actually first in Jamaica before they branched out anywhere else.
Queer,
Yeah.
what? Big up Hooray!
Right? And then so and second thing
Yeah.
is if you do decide to hold one of those financial institutions, that's cool, right?
Mhm.
But take advantage where you can. So if you're a student, right, let them know you're a student because then they waive
Exactly.
your fees, right?
Exactly.
If you're retired, let
Mhm.
them know because then you can get your fees waived as well, right? So
Exactly.
just knowing and understanding those things to help you navigate if you choose to stay with that institution, right?
Let's believe the seniors do say it. They'll be like, what
Yeah,
do I get for being a senior?
yeah, it's
They
true.
definitely say it.
Yeah. I'm waiting
Um,
for my days at Denny's. Don't worry.
no, Denny's. You're so- I swear, I only go to Denny's when it's on my birthday. But the Denny's in like Far East, they
Yeah.
changed the rules, so I have to
Really?
find. Yeah. Oh, you can't buy a free. I'm like, well, then I'll take my money somewhere else. Because
Really?
if it's not, I can only speak for the one in Whitby
Okay.
where they changed the rules.
I'm gonna have to call them on that because my birthday's
Yeah,
coming up.
it's whack. Like, golly, like,
Yeah.
right? Jeez. And like, even even when we're talking about teaching people about that aspect
Yeah.
with well, I was gonna say the scam. Well, yeah, the scam video that you watched. Like, what other factors did you learn from that you incorporated into your business and stuff?
Um, just like from watching it, I was basically like, okay, well, if you guys are charging me minimal interest, let me see what I can do to make my money make 100, 200, 300% returns,
Mm.
right? And so that's
Wow.
how I fell into the foreign exchange, like the high risk, right? So foreign
Yeah.
exchange, investing in cryptocurrency, like that's how I ended up in that spectrum because I was seeing 300% returns on crypto, right?
Yeah.
I was living off of forex for 2 years, right?
Ooh, but I want to I want to also say when it comes to because I can't say I've dabbled into forex or crypto like heavy
Hmm.
because like I think you'll learn the basic
Hmm.
before you jump into that, right?
Yeah.
Because the last thing I'd want is someone that doesn't even know how to purchase an ETF
Yeah.
to be like, oh, but there's Forex and you have no idea about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So for the folks that are hearing about like Forex and crypto, what type of advice would you give them? Because I never want to tell someone, yeah, jump into that, and they have
Yeah.
no idea how to start,
Yeah.
right?
So, I guess the most important thing is having a financial foundation, right?
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
knew and I understood that a lot of people were jumping into Forex looking and crypto looking
Yeah.
for get rich quick, right? Because the returns are crazy if you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
And it also depends on the season you're in with crypto because not every season is a bullish market, right? Bullish meaning a high market turnover.
Mhm. Mhm.
Um, so that's the very first part. Like there's a saying that says invest what you're willing to lose, and I realized communicating with people that they didn't even have a foundation to know what that number was that they were willing to lose. They were just losing everything, right?
And then feel butt hurt and never want to
Yeah.
do it ever again.
And then they curse forex or crypto and say this is not worth it or it's not like legitimate, when
Mhm.
the reality is it is. It's just you lacked the knowledge in that space, right?
Yeah.
um and then the second thing is to do exactly what you said, dabble in it, right? So for crypto, what does that mean? Like go into your account and try to buy $10 worth of Ethereum or something, right? And see what that process actually looks like. So that you're investing your money. And then when a scammer calls you and says, hey, send me 10 grand so I can invest it for you, you know that that's not a thing. You don't need to do it because now you already know how to invest yourself,
Yeah. Yeah, that's
right?
so true. So there was a time, it was such, I don't want to call people out, but it was so odd to me. I think it was an MLM
Mm-hmm.
where it was like, "Oh, join this so you can learn how to do stocks." And I was like, "Do stocks?" I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "But I have wealth no. I have quest traded stuff. Like, why
Mm-hmm.
should I go into this when I have this already?"
Yeah.
Oh, because you have to do. I'm like, no, no, no.
Yeah.
This does not sound wise. Unless, and I would say, or ooh, my question is, which financial institutions do you use or would you use to make sure people know that it's legit? Because that's the one thing, like the title is like stop chasing fast money
Yeah.
because it will, if you chase fast money, it will go
Crazy.
quickly
Yeah.
too, and
Mm-hmm.
you don't want to get catch bun, right?
Mm-hmm. It's
Especially with
true.
your money. So like which sites do you use that are legitimate at least, so people at least know like the signs of which ones to know and which ones to stay clear from?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So I'm gonna touch on something before I address that real quick because you did mention Quest Trade, right? Um,
Sorry, I like quest trade
yeah.
personally.
So I have Quest Trade and I have Well Simple, right?
Okay,
But
here's
the
the
thing
debate.
is, sorry.
Here's the debate. Which
No,
one do you
no,
like better?
no. There's no debate. It's just I'm just gonna spit the facts, and then you guys figure out what you want to do, right? So,
Mm-mm.
so what's really cool about those organizations, right,
Yeah.
is you don't have to pay. Because I don't know if people know this, but if you call into the big fives and say, "Hey, can you utilize a transaction for me, like
Mm-hmm.
to buy a stock or something?" There's a fee to do that,
Yes.
right? So being with Wealthsimple or Questrade, that fee is removed. Like you don't have to worry about that fee.
Mm-hmm.
However, right, that company now has no liability because you're doing the investment yourself,
Yes.
right?
True. 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 True.
So
True.
so there's pros and cons to it, right? Um, what I do enjoy about like Wealthsimple's platform, for example, if you invest in a stock directly, right, you have access to dividends and you
Mm-hmm.
have access to stock splits, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
what a stock split is essentially if you owned, one share of Amazon, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they said that they're going to do a stock split of 1 to 10.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah. Which they
that one,
did.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I
Thank
I have my ears open for those, right? But when they do that, you now end up with more than that one stock that you have. Whereas if you invested into an ETF or a group like an index fund or a seg fund, you won't have access to stock splits directly because
Mm-hmm.
you're not directly invested into that specific stock,
True, true.
right?
Ooh, but I do want to say that most financial institutions do carry that, at least
Yeah,
as far as I know. Because as long as the stock says stock split, then it's cool. We gotta make sure that it's a valuable stock split. I
correct.
seen a reverse stock split the other day, and I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay, I'm not
yeah,
looking at you for the 10-foot pole. Once I
right.
see reverse stock split,
Yeah.
mash up.
Yeah. But see, the we can have those conversations, but it's important that the audience like
True,
researches these things, right? Like find out what a reverse stock split is, right? So
exactly.
that when it actually happens to you, you're like, hey, like I Camille and Katrina were talking about that, right? It's really,
And
really
it's happened to me, and I got so,
yeah,
ooh, I got so mad. It was a wave of, when everyone and their aunties was getting the wheat stock, and
yeah,
I was like, oh yeah, yeah, let me get it, ooh, and like it crashed, and
yeah.
then all of a sudden one day I woke up and it was back at $10. I was like,
Hmm.
whoa, what happened? Yes, look at that, big up myself, yeah. And then I look and I was like, reverse stock split.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Google it.
"Oh, no, it
Yeah,
didn't do anything."
yeah.
But
I
yes, I digress.
I hear you. No, no, it's all good. And then the second part to your question was the platforms, right? So
Mm,
being a licensed financial advocate is what I like to call it.
yeah,
I have access to brokerages. So the
okay.
top names like Fidelity, BlackRock, Beneva, IA
Mhm,
Financial, like these are the names that you'll see billboards, you'll see commercials, right? And
true.
so I have access to these, and being a broker, essentially, you don't have to go and shop around
True.
everywhere. Like I have the ability to basically do that for you, and people will
Mm,
see that there's even a website called Term for Sale, like term the number four and sale,
mm.
and you can see
Yeah.
like the different prices that different life insurance companies offer, and then you could basically see what comes in at the cheapest, right? So
Oh,
it's really cool.
it's actually the first time
I
I've
like
heard that one.
utilizing it. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Hold on, let me type that in the banner for the people then. Oh my gosh. Not terms for
Term, yeah.
sale.
Term for
Oh,
sale.
dot .ca.
Yeah.
Okay, boom,
It's
bam,
really cool.
bam. Yeah. Boom, there. Okay, so, and ooh, what makes it interesting
Mhm.
is that, um, sorry guys, I can't show you because it's on a different screen
You guys got to
completely.
go to
You
the
gotta
website.
do your research. You
Yeah.
must do your research. But you can actually put your birthday,
Yeah.
and I'll say it like this, like if you actually change the dates ever so often, you'll see how
How much?
important it is to buy early instead of
Yes.
buying it when you're old like us. Well, I say I'm old. I'll say I'm old. I feel old. This weather,
Oh man, don't let's not even go there.
my poor hips. This whole week I've been
Yeah.
like,
Mm-mm.
oh my gosh, so my
Yeah.
bad. So actually this is a I'm gonna start this one because I've never heard of this. So it's really beneficial for folks to even take a look. And you know what? I find I'm glad that you mentioned this because sometimes what I realize is some advisors, but you're an advocate, doesn't um educate folks to the
Mm.
point where just in case, like if they want to double check if something is accurate, they can double check themselves, right? Not saying they should do it on their own, because I mean, at the same time, you still you can't do your own surgery, right?
Yes.
And or root canal and things.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think they could do their own taxes, but then they'll realize it's quite difficult,
Yeah.
you know? So things like that. So it's good to, like, with life insurance, especially if you have no idea about it,
Mm-hmm.
why not go to someone that has the knowledge and
Yeah.
has the different is under umbrella of different companies to choose
Yes.
from, because that's ideal. Let me
Yeah.
look upon that.
Similarly to like why you would go to a mortgage broker, right? So that you're
Exactly.
not shopping at and having your credit pulled at just one institution at a time, right? Because that
Right.
can affect your credit as well, right? So it's the same idea.
And see, now I got distracted because I actually and okay, so with the platform, so the platform, I like BlackRock. I think when I hear BlackRock, and I've heard that once you've at least seen it in an ETF,
Hmm.
you're like solid. Like, that ETF is up to par. And I think Vanguard, what's the other one?
Fidelity.
Fidelity. Yes, 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 yes. So Vanguard, BlackRock, Fidelity, if
Yeah.
you see those in your ETFs,
Yeah.
you're at least in the right spot
Yeah.
to know that you're making a right decision.
I agree.
And what about sorry, Forex? I don't know why I do it like that. That sound to remember. So I know I'm getting old. So okay, crypto. I know there's crypto.com, there's ShakePay.
Yeah.
Do you have ShakePay?
I have everything. So shout outs to Femtech, Ashley, right?
Yeah.
Because I used to be head of events for Femtech,
Whoop,
and
whoop,
we
whoop,
used to
whoop,
host
whoop.
events and
Yeah.
like educate women in the space just so that they understood blockchain technology,
Yeah.
right? And so yeah, I have absolutely everything. I have MetaMask. I as I said, I don't
Mhm.
give you instructions or guidance of things I haven't done,
True, 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 true. I'm
right?
just pissed because the other day, and when my homie hears this, because I got so angry. I was on a good streak with my shake pay. I was consistent. I was like, this time. And you know what? It was just one day I was extremely tired and I was swamped.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah, I know. Trust me. Listen, I got
woke
to
up.
day 400 and 420, and the next day so it was funny because I was actually waiting at 11 o'clock at night for midnight to shake because I thought I shaked that day and I didn't. So I was waiting the whole time thinking I didn't shake, like I shook already. Then midnight hit
No.
and it was like day one. And I was like,
No!
no! Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
sometimes I do it again just in case.
Yeah. I know.
Yo,
I couldn't. But I'm not even gonna plug ShakePay too much because I applied to that organization 9 times and they
oh,
declined me. So I'm not even
fire upon them.
not even gonna plug ShakePay right now.
Fire, sorry, fire. The only one thing I'll say is this: there was one time my homie literally called me at 11:59,
Yeah.
and I was asleep.
Yeah.
I saw this call, and I said, "Oh, oh." In within seconds, I almost
Yeah.
missed it, but it doesn't matter because I went back. Now I'm at 21, so sure.
Oh
So
man. Yeah, no, I stopped shaking after that. It really hurt. It hurt a lot. It hurt a lot.
and
That's
for
think about
anyone that
that. That's
knows,
over a year.
yeah,
Like,
I
no,
know.
I was no, I
So now it doesn't even matter.
yeah,
Now it doesn't even matter if you shake, right?
yeah,
So like, and this is what I'm talking about. Like, see how we're talking about this and we're like excited about it. Like, I know it takes a while, and it took me a while to get into that,
yeah.
but I had to also see it to believe it
Of
at a
course,
time,
yeah,
because like I had like one of my other homies, he has it and he uses the dividends.
yeah,
But he says like, yeah, I spent it using that, and I was like, oh shucks. And you know what? really solidified it,
Yeah.
um, I literally seen someone use Shake Pay at the store, and
Yeah.
I said, "Kuya,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
say less."
Yeah. I have my virtual card on my thing. Yeah.
Right? So
It's
that was
true.
the one thing.
Yeah.
I know folks that do forex. I don't think I know the site per se.
Yeah.
Um, but I know my thought process is forex is similar to like futures. The
Yeah.
way it's volatile and stuff,
Yeah.
it's wild. Like you blink, and you might miss something.
It's true. It's true.
Right?
It's like futures, options, forex. They're all kind of under the same umbrella, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but in regards to platforms with forex, honestly, so I want you to think about it like this: in order for you to gain access,
Mm-hmm.
so there's three people involved, three parties involved, right?
Okay.
So it's you as the investor,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a company that essentially ties you and provides you with access to the platform to trade, which is
Okay.
usually called like MetaTrader 4 or 5,
Okay.
right? And so MetaTrader is actually a free app that you can download, right? But
Free
in
99.
free, free 99, yeah. And
Boom, bam,
so
bam.
yeah, it's a free app, but again, like I've done a lot in this space and I realized that a lot of the financial foundation is missing. So I
Mm.
wouldn't even suggest anyone to start in that venture. Like I
True.
want like
True.
my goal for you guys is to max out your tax-free savings account because that's what 109,000 right
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
if you have never contributed to your TFSA, right? I don't even want to hear you talking about Forex or crypto if you do not have $109,000 in your tax-free savings account that's being invested.
Shots fired, y'all. Shots fired.
I
If you haven't with maxed your contribution, and you can see it on your CRA account
Yes, you
actually,
can.
uh, if you have access to it,
And if you don't get access to it, yeah,
because it is that time of the year where everyone's like, I don't remember my password coming out.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Even that, like, man, even that I have to talk to you guys about because there's so many times where we're waiting for the bank to send you something that says, hey, this is your it's this year's almost up. Make sure you contribute to your tax-free savings account. And people are
Mm,
like investing into it, that $7,000 amount that you have for the year. They're
yeah,
investing in it in November and it's not even giving it a chance to compound for the year. Like
true,
everyone I teach them like if you have 7 grand, drop it in January.
true, true.
Allow it to
If you
compound
do,
the
because
entire year.
I want to be mindful because someone's gonna get cheeses hearing that
Yeah,
part,
of
right?
course. No, absolutely. But work towards it. So if
Yes.
you don't,
Mm,
then start putting $50 a month away or like I think the calculation is about $582 a month. So divide that into two and do it bi-weekly if you can, right?
mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
it's super important that that's a priority for us, right? Like when we get paid,
I
we
agree.
shouldn't be paying our bills, you should be paying yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Only yourself will
First and
save
foremost.
you. You think Rogers care? I just use Rogers for no
For
reason
reference. Yeah.
whatsoever. you think? You
Right.
think? No, I was gonna say Chick-fil-A, but no, like at the same time, your first bill should be yourself at the end
Yeah.
of the day because you're going to listen, especially what's going on in the economy right now and what's
Mhm.
going on in the world. I rather folks save themselves first
Mhm.
before saving these companies. They're good.
Yeah. They have
However,
insurance. They're
yeah,
okay.
yeah, but be mindful about the interest as well.
Yeah.
But
100.
they're good.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that. Put money in your tax-free savings
Yeah.
before you even think about forex and crypto. Because
Yeah.
you gotta you. So do you believe that they should learn the basics of everything first before getting into crypto or forex, or if they're it's okay to be mastering a different type of investment in investing.
So, okay, so I'll be honest and I'll share my experience, right?
Mhm.
Because I came into the industry, the financial industry, from credit to
Yeah.
high risk, like forex and crypto, right?
Mhm.
Um, I was able to survive on
Yeah.
my crypto investments, right? Because as I said
What?
earlier, right,
Mhm.
I was applying for jobs for like 4 years and no one was hiring me, right? And so I
Yeesh.
was able to pull from those investments because I understood what I was doing. It wasn't
Mhm.
invested with a scammer where I couldn't access it when the time came, right? And that's why I say it's important that we understand how to make these investments, right? Because
Yes.
um, the industry is changing. A lot of things are
Mhm.
becoming digital. Like majority of the time, you don't walk anywhere and see cash floating around anymore, right? Everything is a tap.
Yeah.
So you gotta
Or tap with
adjust.
your phone too, which is
Yeah,
wild, but
right. So just being able to make that adjustment. So for me personally, because that's the venture I came in,
mhm.
I can't necessarily knock it because that was my experience, right?
Okay. And that's true.
However,
Yeah.
because
However.
I now know better,
Yes.
I'm not going to teach you guys to do that because I know what the implications can be, right? And the reason for you having me in your life is as a mentor so that you avoid those potholes.
Mhm. You don't want those financial potholes.
It's true.
They are horrendous.
Yeah, they're horrible,
Right?
man.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm glad you said it like that because I know like there's some folks that are willing to take the risk, but well, there's willing to take the risk and being able to stomach the risk.
But they don't even know what that risk number is. They don't know what they're willing to risk.
Mm, true, true. So it's like having a mentor to because listen, some potholes. Ooh, have you ever hit
What?
a pothole? Ooh, and you just had to you had to turn off the music.
And make sure the car is still moving. I know. Trust me.
It's not it's not even making sure that the car is still moving. You just have to focus and just talk to your baby because I had my car was my baby, right? I'm like, hush, hush, hush. Me never see the pothole, you know. I didn't see it.
The
I'm
mother part, no,
so
public
scared.
part the road.
And it's crying. You hear it crying. We don't want you guys to cry when it
Yeah,
comes to your financial
100%.
aspects, right?
Yeah.
Because and and I also want to specify, um, please, when it comes to having the high risk or the financial potholes, I know when you feel like your back is against the wall, you will want to try to like, do the fast cash and
Yeah.
stuff and find ways to. Do you think when people are stressed and finding a quick way to make money, do you think it deters their original motive, or like that they say like you're blinded and you're not even realizing all
Yeah.
the things you're doing.
Yeah, 100%. So I have this saying that I like to say is you can't see the picture if you're in the frame.
Mm. See it again.
So yeah, you can't see the picture when you're in the frame. And so if you notice, right, when we talk about fast money and cash for you, those are the highest loan companies. Think about that. 40% sometimes, right?
And
And then
listen,
those are damaging mistakes.
yes, and I don't know if you've seen the article with Go Easy.
I haven't, but I'm
Hold
sure you're
on.
gonna share it with
Yes,
me.
yes, yes. Something. Okay, so Go Easy is like similar to like Money Mart and those type of
Yeah.
things, right?
Hmm.
Um, them realize them can't get their money back.
Exactly. Because
I
it's
wonder
crazy
why.
interest.
Yeah.
People are in a financial rut, and you're saying, okay, here, I'll give you some money, but here's 40% interest. Like, duh, you're not gonna get it back. They're already financially struggling. That's why they're coming to you. Like stop this right now.
Right? And I have to say, like, the one thing that happened in my family,
Yeah,
like when I was younger, we were in that rat race
yeah,
of Money Mart and them things. And the day we got out of that,
yeah.
oh man, it was like a breath of fresh air because
Shoulders, yeah,
yeah,
I know.
and like I can't, maybe you can, Katrina, but like I'm not sure like if there's someone that's listening and they're like back is against the wall and they're like constantly going to Money Mart, because I know there's people that
Yeah,
constantly go there. And by the way, Money Mart will report
yeah,
those cashes that you're checking,
yeah.
especially if you know have checking accounts and you think they're not gonna find out.
Mm-hmm,
Sierra knows everything.
mm-hmm.
But like, how would you try to guide someone
Who's
that,
in it
yeah.
in a hamster wheel and they're consistent?
Mhm.
I get it.
Mhm.
I think the first thing is just like set an appointment with me. Let's sit down and figure out what it is that's going on, because so many times, like I sit with people and they're paying 10 subscriptions for different things which are not necessary, right? And
Hulu,
just
Prime, and Amazon.
yeah, just it's not necessary, right? If you're struggling financially, like you have to count your pennies, right? And so that's
Facts.
number one. Number two is I always tell people, Black Friday that rolls around, always, always, always contact your providers for cell phones and stuff, and find out what the deals are that are occurring, right?
Mhm.
Because for example, my plan right now, I pay $50 a month for 150 gigs, and I get Canada, US,
Yeah.
Mexico, and Caribbean, which means
What? Yeah.
if I leave here and I travel to Jamaica, I can still use my phone and not get charged roaming.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
$50 a month, right? So many people are sitting down on, they're paying $150 a month for 50 gigs, and it's just
Wild.
Canada wide,
Wild.
right?
But you also have to like s- send me do your research and then send me, yo, the person is out there to sell you the
The
something
plans,
that benefits them
yeah.
and not benefit you.
100%. That's why I always say Black Friday, because they're
Mhm.
looking for people to join the organization, right? They're not trying to be sly, right? The only thing that I would say about that though is to be cautious about, since the phones got regulated, the phone companies got regulated, and they had to adjust the pricing that they were charging. What they
Yeah.
ended up doing to get that money back is they started leasing phones, right? So basically, at the end of 2 years, you don't own your phone anymore. You basically have to now pay them whatever amount is due
Owed.
and or yeah
Yeah.
owed in order for you to own that device. So for me, just like a vehicle, if you have the means to pay out a phone directly and then
Mhm.
just get a plan from an organization, I think
It's
that's the
way
best route,
cheaper. Yeah.
right? Just like I did with my car. Like I pay out my car, I don't have to worry about leasing or financing. Kind of like, right? There's pros and cons to every and everything, and depending on your situation.
Mhm.
However, just be mindful of that, right? So you're looking for the plan, you're not looking for the latest phone. Like I'm
Exactly.
never in line looking for the latest phone that drops, because it's not necessary. My
Right? The
finances are priority.
S26 or I don't know what number Apple's on. They're probably on the same one. 17, 18, 20, who
Yeah, and just did
knows?
a little tweak. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And
As
granted, I need phones to bring back the SD card. Okay?
oh
Bring
yeah,
it back.
yeah, that too.
I need my space.
Yeah. And so
I
that's one
need
of the
my space.
major subscriptions that I see. Everyone's
Yeah.
always paying for storage. So I always tell people to get an external hard drive. I hope you guys are listening. An external
Mm.
hard drive for either, like, you could get 1 terabyte, 4 terabytes for like, I don't know, $30. and
True,
just
true, true.
transfer all of your stuff on there and stop paying for storage.
As long as it doesn't crash. You know what? I want to be I will be the honest
For
person.
years.
I've had at least 3 external hard drives crash on me in the last
Really?
4 years.
I've
So,
never had one crash on me. I have like 4.
fam.
Which one are you buying? That's
No,
the question.
I buy the Seagate. I buy the good
Okay.
thing, the good up things.
Yeah. I have Seagate. So what happened? How did it crash?
I
You just
don't know.
couldn't log into it?
I couldn't it stopped working. It just and
Have
you
you
know what?
dropped it?
There's a possibility. There's a
That
probability.
you're not taking care of it.
No, no, no. There's a probability that
Yeah.
it has dropped, not by fault, but one drop should not damage something forever.
Depends on the drop. You could drop something for the 20th floor, man.
I'm just saying. Listen, one drop should not make something stop.
Yeah. Be mindful,
And
but like
mm,
there's resources, right? So if you're uncomfortable hosting it in one place, then have multiple. But
yes,
the
true.
point of
Yes,
the
yes,
matter
yes.
is utilize something else so that you're not paying for storage. Right?
Yeah.
That's not a necessity when it comes to like if you're in a financial rut, paying for storage is not primary. Like it's
Facts.
not.
That's the least of your problems.
Yeah,
Least of your
right?
problems, right?
It's true.
And I'm glad that you mentioned that because sitting down with folks and showing them like sometimes they have to see it on paper or like have someone talk to them, give them that tough love
Mhm.
just to see how to like ooh, how are we going to utilize like the information I that you've provided me and be able to give you the best thing ever. But then
Yeah.
I also know like you're going to be mentoring clients, but do you also mentor like individuals that want to be in the industry? Like what are like if it was that the case, what are the pros and cons like being in this lovely industry of ours?
Yeah. Absolutely, I do. And so, before I dive into that, I'll actually just give you a background story on how I kind of got into the industry.
Mm.
So, my grandmother was a victim of scams, right? And
Yeah.
they're relentless. Honestly, they tried to get through her bank accounts. They even tried to
Mm-mm.
get through her life insurance policy, right? Like it was that wild, right? And so,
Yeesh.
um, I had to make sure that her TransUnion Equifax were providing notifications because they had too much information on her, right? And
Yeah.
so when that happened, because I was her power of attorney, right, or I
Mhm.
am,
Yes.
essentially I had to step in and like so the way that I operate is I would rather learn it for myself
Mhm.
and figure out the best avenue to help her than to potentially get the wrong information and
True.
have her life affected,
Yeah.
right? And so what I did, then that's how I ended up getting life insurance licensed, right?
Nice. Nice.
When going through the process, I actually didn't realize that I have access to investments as well,
Ooh.
right? So now I'm
Mm.
shifting from helping people with high risk assets
Yeah.
to being able to assist low to medium risk, right? And it's great because now I can have people have that trajectory of 5 to 10 years and having their money compound,
Yeah.
right?
Nice.
And doing dollar cost averaging so that they're able to consistently contribute to their tax free until we hit that $109,000 mark, right? That's my goal for you guys, right? So to answer your question, the pros and the cons of being in the industry. So on the pros side, um, as I just mentioned, like there's an ability to basically make a real impact on someone's life, right? Um,
Mhm.
when I'm helping one individual or a family,
Yeah.
that that information that is shared can be passed down generations to come,
Facts.
right? Just like what we were talking about earlier, like saving from subscriptions, being able to eliminate debt, helping them to save for their child's education, right? Um, Investing in companies that they utilize daily, right? So those who go to Walmart, like, do you have a Walmart stock? right? Um,
True.
I
And
mean,
that's
or
been
like just
sweet
things
talk.
like that. And I know I know there's this person in my industry. His name is Frank, but he shared a funny story, and he said that he had told his dad at one point that um, he invests in Petro Canada. So if Petro Canada does well, so does his portfolio. And
True.
so he came one day to the house and he saw that his dad was talking to his friends and was like, the best gas in the world is Petro Canada. Only buy from Petro Canada, right? And so it's kind of the same idea, right? Now you own that piece of the company, so now you're willing to promote it, right? And actually, shout outs to that's Frank, but shout outs to Jamie Prickett from Experior Financial,
But
because honestly, like he's changed the game, and he's so down to earth. He's an
yeah,
incredible person.
nice.
Um, yeah. So those are the pros
Hmm.
essentially, to being in the industry is, and like helping people to plan for retirement, right?
Hmm.
So many times people are like, "Hey, like I wish I could retire at 40," and they don't even know what that number means. Like how much do you need to be able to retire at 40, right?
I
So
actually did that number, but it's
yeah,
definitely not going to be a 40. But
right. You know what I mean? Then you gotta push that out. That's why there's a lot of seniors still working, because they never knew what their financial independence number was.
listen, not even that. See, I don't know what's happening, but the government's trying to. I think they're trying to screw over the elderly folk or
Yeah,
the seniors. I should say seniors. Sorry,
yeah.
I apologize, guys. The seniors because one, um, they are instead of like trying to educate them to take out their tax like throughout the year. What? If you see the tax people like the elderly seniors have to pay, I'm like, dang, I am so sorry. Like before, I used to see $3,000 at least. Um, I don't know. And then now, like CRA is like, oh, we're no longer doing paper returns. You're gonna have to do it
Yeah,
digitally.
definitely.
And imagine that they've been
Oh, I
been writing
know.
it down and stuff, and now they have to like either depend on like
Someone else.
their
Yeah.
grandchild, child, or go to a professional.
Mhm.
Just don't go to H&R Block. Them teeth.
Just go to
Them
finance IQ
teeth,
right here.
exactly. But no, their teeth. Like what I yesterday, someone said like $100, and the person only has a T5 or 007, which is social assistance.
Hmm.
Okay, okay, that's kind of wild. Like
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that,
yeah, I
but
know. But like at the end of the day, right, we have to also understand that everything's a business,
that
right?
is true. That
But
is
it's
very
it's
very
it's
true.
it's in the onus of the person seeking the guidance to do the homework and the due diligence and find out, do comparisons, right? Because like
True.
even for myself, right? The reason I ended up with Experior Financial is because it took me 40 business days for my life insurance license to be completed, right? And
Nice.
so
Okay.
I actually drove out to an event in Ottawa,
Yeah.
and I had someone sitting there from Great Way and they were talking to me about their compensation plan, and I was like, "Whoa. Like that's different from the company that I was currently with, right?" And then I
Okay.
realized, I said, okay, maybe that's God telling me to like do my homework. So I
Yeah.
sat down with every single company that I knew in the industry, met with them,
Yeah.
found out their compensation, found
Yeah.
out everything that I needed to know, see what aligned with my values, and then I made a decision, right? Majority of the
Okay.
people don't have the time or understand that
For the
you can
patience.
do that, right?
Yeah.
And so that's how I ended up where I did, right? Because
Yeah.
man, this company is great. Like they give you ownership from the get. Like once you, man, it's honestly like I'm not even gonna say too much. Guys, you go to Jamie's page,
Yeah.
check them out. But
She's
yeah,
yeah, and you know what? Like throughout the folks that I know, they do talk about like, oh, the compensation is different from so and so and so and so. And I'm like, you know, I'm glad you're mentioning that because usually that's not what is mentioned. It's
Yeah.
just like it's like, oh, we can guarantee you
Mhm.
$5,000 a month. Wouldn't you love to do that? And you have to
Of course.
also remember, sorry, no one actually said it like that. I promise.
Disclaimer.
But then you like they also need to show you the way of like, oh, but you're a business and you should track your things and stuff.
Yeah.
Yo, you self-employed folks, I'm coming for your necks.
It's true.
I need you guys to be organized, and it's also your responsibility, regardless if you are a financial advisor, financial broker,
Hmm.
or Uber driver and stuff. CRA is gonna come for your neck too, so
Hmm. It's
mindful.
better. It's better that Camille comes for you first.
Exactly, right?
Trust that. Yeah.
Sheesh. So okay, so I like how you did that. So you spoke to, and I'm pretty sure you pissed off someone. We're like, oh, can we have a meeting? And I just want to know the breakdown
Well,
and stuff. Because I don't think they like doing that actually.
you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I sent a nice email to them while I was there, and I
Yeah.
asked them the questions. Right when I
Mm.
started researching and finding out. Until now, that email hasn't been answered. It's been like 6 months. 6 months. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. But
Golly.
yeah. So
That's
just
wild.
just just ending off on what you were asking about the pros and cons, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that the pro being in the industry and having someone that has your back,
Yeah.
um, they will essentially help you because finances is very emotional, right?
Yep. Yep.
And
Yes.
when markets downturn, like you have to have someone there that says, hey, like just chill for a second. Like when the markets return, like it
Mm-hmm.
comes back tenfold, right? And then
Yeah. Yep.
and
Yep.
it is a very highly regulated industry, right? So shout out to actually Dexter John. He's a
But,
CEO
but.
of FISRA, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Financial Services Regulatory Authority of Ontario, just in
Oh,
case
but
anybody wanted to know,
like what?
right? Yeah, he monitors the industry and just make sure that like our E&O, so heirs and emission insurance with agents, and just make sure that it's a stable industry.
Yes.
And no, he's definitely a pleasure to meet. I met him the other day as well, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, then and so the con side of the industry, right?
We need to know. Tell us the things.
So I think, and it's really interesting because the people that I get involved with are the
Yeah.
people that enjoy growth, right?
Okay.
Because you have to understand that you're a student of life, no matter what age you are, because we're always still learning and
Mm-hmm.
growing,
Mm-hmm.
right? And being in this industry, you start with the ongoing education from the
Yeah.
beginning because you have to study for passing your HLLQP exam. That's what it's called,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And if you don't do that, then you don't have access to these opportunities, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys know it, if you go on Beneva or if you go on IA Financial's website, it'll say, yeah, this is what we offer, but you can't access it unless you have an advisor,
Exactly.
right? That's the work that we put in to get on that page, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and so the cons is if you're not education focused or growth focused,
Yeah.
it might not be an industry for you because even we have to do CE credits, right? Which is like
Those
making
are
sure that
fun.
we're on top. Yeah,
How many credits per year?
I think it's 30.
30? Okay,
Yeah,
that's not bad. Like
right.
even like time to time I try to find them all. Like sometimes I feel like in the summertime is when it gets a little bit tricky
Yeah,
to get those CE points or credits. But yeah, like all year round, you have the opportunity at least 30 minutes or 30 hours or 30 credits. You could stretch that out throughout the year, right?
yeah,
So just stretch Plan wisely.
Yeah,
Plan
100%.
ahead, right?
Yeah. And there's actually a conference that I attend. It's called, the company is TCAE, and when you attend their event,
Mhm.
they give you 6 to 8 credits. So it's pretty cool. Shout out to Suzanne Esmeli. But
Yeah.
yeah, so those are options. Like you can look for events that are giving you multiple instead of having to attend one event for one credit. Or do you know
True.
what I mean?
Yes, yes, yes. Even QuickBooks. Big up QuickBooks. I like QuickBooks. Okay, so we know the pros and cons.
Yeah.
Um what about shucks. There was something I wanted to mention about the game of credit, but I think you spoke about that,
Yeah,
like
we
how
covered
to
that.
the game of credit. Um but even let's see. I mean, you explained it as well. Like, in order for someone want to enter into financial industry, if you don't have the patience
Hmm.
of wanting to learn or have that growth mindset,
Hmm.
you're kind of in a sticky situation, right? Um, so I think you got that, but I do like to ask folks a
Yeah,
question each
of
and every
course.
time. What
I'm
are
here.
the three things you wish you knew about finance, personal finance when you were growing up? I like saying that one.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the very first one, obviously, because I'm in the insurance industry now, is there's so many times like I went back in my email and I received quotes from people when I was younger, and I
Yeah.
never like pulled the trigger because I didn't truly
Mm,
understand what it was that I was investing in. And I'm that person. Like if I don't understand it, like I'm not going in, right?
yeah.
And
True.
so I think for me, the number one thing is just truly understanding how life insurance works and not
Mm-hmm.
going off of myths that say, if you get life insurance, then you die, and you can only use life insurance when you're alive, when you're dead. But the truth
Mm-hmm.
is, you can actually utilize it when you're alive as well. A lot of people don't know that, right?
True.
So just getting educated in that space, and then second, I would say understanding how compound interest truly works. And we touched on that earlier where we
Yeah.
said like being able to put that 7,000 in your tax-free savings account in January versus December, that's
Mm.
a major difference, right?
Mm-hmm.
Allowing it to compound for that year. Um, so I think that's number two.
Yeah.
And number three for me would be understanding that once you have that financial foundation, you
Yeah.
have the ability to become a personal lender, right? You
Mm.
can place like 10K in a tax-free savings account and orchestrate with a mortgage broker how to invest that for clients that need to borrow funds or whatever the circumstance would be, right? I think those are my top three, that I would, if 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 the younger version of me, like I've been pretty active, but if
Yeah.
I knew all this at 20, like we would be
Hey!
a lot further ahead. You know what I mean? So,
Right?
um,
And
yeah,
ooh, I want to dabble into the compound interest aspect is
yeah.
because I know you have a lovely PDF and stuff,
Oh
and I
yeah.
kind of want to show them that just to
Yeah.
have so people are able to have a better understanding. So let me see how tech savvy I am today. Boom, bam, bam.
Okay.
Yay! And this is an example, and I will just say for a person that was working at a financial planning company a while back,
Hmm.
I did not realize how beneficial foreign stocks were. I was always focusing on Canada because like, oh well, because I'm Canadian, I'll get Canadian stocks.
Yeah.
And then I was like understanding, I was like, oh wait, hold on. But the states are doing nice too. So let
Hmm.
me look at the Americans as well. But baby, those international,
Hmm.
sheesh.
Yeah.
Sheesh. So
Yeah.
let me try to zoom in on this. Oh my gosh, I'm already not being tech savvy. Hold on.
No,
There.
there you go. Yeah. Okay, so we can dive into this real quick. So, this little section here, it basically says that the time period is 2018 to 2026, right?
Mm,
And that's the amount of growth that has accumulated in that time period, right? So let's call that 8 years.
mhm.
So had you invested $10,000 within the period of 8 years, it would have grown at the very bottom right there where it says Beneva Global Equity. It says
Mm,
$29,546,
right
right?
there.
That's more than doubling your investment. Have you seen this at the
Yes.
big five financial banks?
Mm, talk the things. Talk
Right?
the things.
With 1 to maybe 3% returns? Like, come on, guys. You got
And
to know and understand what's out there.
right, and this helps with the factor of the rule of 72 as well.
Hmm.
Um, just knowing the difference, like that's kind of wild. Sheesh.
Yeah, these are big things. And this is a US and international equity, right? Like, for
Mhm.
example, the companies we were talking about earlier, for example, Simple. I know that in order for you to invest in US stocks, you have to pay them a monthly fee of $10 a month.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Pause, pause, pause. See, this is what I'm telling. Oh, I
Yeah,
want to debate about Question and Wealth Simple. I keep telling people. I
yeah.
keep telling Uno.
That's gonna be episode 260.
Right, yo, I legit like, and the only thing is because I don't have Wealth Simple fully,
Yeah,
so I can't like, oh well, this guy was Question, fam.
yeah.
Sheesh. I mean, sorry. If you're a beginner, fine. Use Well Simple so you're able to learn all the stuff. And when you want to grow with the big dogs, go to Questrade or interactive brokers is the big dogs for real, for
Yeah,
real.
Interactive Broker
Sheesh.
is the big dogs. Yeah,
But
100%. I agree with you.
yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, I got
no, it's all good.
$10.
Yeah, a month, right? So this you have access to invest in this U.S. and international equity, but we'll talk a little bit about it. If you
Hmm.
scroll down, you can see what those returns have been over the years. So all the
Yeah.
way down.
Sorry, I was just showing
No,
them
you're good.
like where is it going towards? Ooh, Greater Asia and Greater Europe.
But yeah, so here you'll
Mm.
see that in 2019 it performed at 19%. Okay. 2020 it performed at
Mm.
40%.
Yep, yep, yep. At the end. At the end. Because
Yeah.
I know people are gonna be like, whoa, 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 2020. Yes, we had that dip obviously 6 years ago,
Yeah.
literally. To
I know.
if not 6 years ago, or at least 5 years and 300 and something days. But yeah, literally six
Yeah.
years ago,
Like it.
right?
Hmm. But
40.
then
Woo.
there was also another dip because 2022 reflects it. It says minus 10%, right?
2022 was rough. I remember
Right.
that. It was
So just
so
so that
rough.
you guys know, it's not always positive, but if
Yeah.
you have positive 40% and positive 36%, and then you have
Mhm.
negative 10, like, are you winning?
Mhm.
Of course you are, right? And this
Just
is
for the
not high
people.
risk. So you're able to actually put your money where you can sleep at night,
Exactly.
right? And then actually scroll over to the right and it'll show them the holdings in this specific fund, right?
Mhm.
So you guys probably already know these companies. Nvidia, 5%, right? Apple, 4%. Amazon, 4%. Alphabet, which is Google, right? 3%.
Mhm.
Goldman Sachs. Like, these are organizations that are level A grade and that you want to be a part of, but you don't
Yeah.
have access to these funds unless you communicate with an advisor.
Hold on. Hold on a sec. Keep. Sorry, my dad, my
No,
papa, my
drink
papa.
water while you're doing that.
Drink my water and mind my business. I was gonna. So what I was trying to do was see the average.
Yeah, it's at the bottom right corner.
Is it right there? Am I
No, keep
struggling?
going over. Yeah, 15.8.
God, and here I was like, I wanted to do my quick
Yeah,
math. I was like, so
yeah.
okay, so it's 15.85. So if anyone remembers the rule of 72,
Mm-hmm.
so divide that by this. So every 4.5 years, your money will double.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to take that into consideration. And yes, I know. Um, did you miss that wave from 2018 per se? Yes. However, as we can see, especially if you think about the S&P 500,
Mm-hmm.
the concept stays the same. When you look out, zoom out, it will still rise as
Sorry.
long as Trump don't mash up the place. Right? So yeah, like these are certain stocks that we know, like, and if you don't know them, I think it's very beneficial to do your research,
Yeah.
especially with who is it? I like TradingView, I like Yahoo Finance, I like
Mm-hmm.
Google Finance and all that stuff. So yeah, it's beneficial to, even if you see this whole thing
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, what the heck is this?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's good to just check,
Yeah.
right? Morningstar, I think it's free where
And
you
the
can
thing
double
is,
check.
actually, Morningstar rated this fund at the top left a four
Mm.
star
Bop, bop, bop,
as
bop,
you're
bop.
talking about Morningstar.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
That's what, because I saw it.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Oh,
part.
okay. But
So like things
yeah,
like
it's
that. Do
important
your
that
research.
you guys dive into it and find out what it is, and utilize AI. Like, you could drop this image into AI and be like, "Hey, explain this to me." Right?
Mm-hmm.
Um
Best believe.
yeah,
Actually, I'm gonna do
so,
it.
you know,
I've been I've been trying to. I wish I had the book close to me, and I don't. I know I don't. So I've been reading the Tony Robbins
yeah.
book. Whoop, I
Yeah.
have it close, and I want to utilize one of the strategies.
Yeah. Yeah, money.
So I really want to. I want a Canadian and an American version of like a fund that it's mentioned in the book.
Yeah.
And then just, I'm gonna just dive into that and do my research and make sure I'm like, boom, this is the ones that I want to do. Boom,
Mhm.
boom, 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 boom. Cause yo, I'm it's better for your money to work for you.
Yes.
Not quickly, not
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
Remember, there's not no fast cash thing,
Yeah.
but it's better to make your money work for you, whether you're still working. You can do something passive and then also do something active, right?
100%.
I totally believe that we can. I really think we could do both at the same time,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm doing
Like,
right now. That's what I'm
like,
doing right now. But it's important because, and I know you said active income, but for me, it's about residuals. And that's why I like the life insurance and the investment field, because I'm not always going to be as healthy as I am now, 30 years down the road.
right?
Right. And I don't, I want to be able to say, hey, 20 years ago when I helped this person, I'm still getting paid on that.
Yeah, yeah,
Right. And
yeah.
I'm making a difference. It's not about the money. I'm making a difference because if anything were to happen to them, their family's
Mm,
protected. They're okay.
exactly.
Right. So it's really important. But yeah, if you're looking to do the hustle with active income, like 9 to 5 is cool, right?
Mm,
Because you need to
or
basically
business,
you
business
need to
too.
fund your 5 to 9, right? So the 9 to 5 is cool, but
Yeah,
just know when you're trying to create that second opportunity, make
yeah.
sure you don't have to be active because you'll burn out.
Mm,
Yeah, you'll burn out.
and burning out is not fun.
Mm-mm.
It's definitely not fun.
Mm-mm.
I know I'm gonna have, stay hydrated and all that good stuff to be focused this year or this season.
Yeah.
But definitely it's like, spur of moments to
Mhm.
like hustle and stuff and then be able to reap the benefits with a passive or residual
Yeah, 100%.
um income and stuff. Especially with I just gotta keep eye on what's happening in the world semi because I kind of am on a rock, under a rock, under a rock
Yeah.
because I'm just
Yeah. I
focusing,
have
but
those blinders
also
on too. Don't worry.
right. But I
You
know
have
like
to.
if I don't pay attention a little bit, it will come to bite us in the arse.
I know.
So,
I hear you.
um, you know,
Mhm.
and Katrina, what other projects do you have in store in the future time?
Yeah. So I think I mentioned this a little bit earlier, so I'll just reiterate. But
Mm,
personally, like with the life insurance and investments, I know you were asking if someone's interested in
yeah.
joining the industry, like what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
They can definitely reach out to me and connect with me. But the goal is to help 10,400 Canadians to max out
What?
their tax-free savings account.
Yes, but remember, don't even touch forex,
No, don't.
crypto.
Do not.
It's hell.
If your TFSA is not maxed out, I don't even want to hear it.
Ooh,
I don't want to hear it. Like
ooh.
I'm not the advisor for you. Put it that way, right? Because you have to have a foundation, right?
True.
And then yeah, and so that 10,400 number, it's so funny where it comes from. It's actually, Minions,
It sounds
the cartoon,
familiar.
like the
Yes, yes,
yellow
yes,
people that like
yes,
run
yes, yes.
around. Okay, so they have apparently 10,400 of them. That's where my number came from
Whoa.
because I want us to be an army.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, look at
Right?
that! Look at full
Yay!
circle. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Right?
Full
Yeah, I want us to be an army
circle.
where
Yeah.
we can have fun and like our finances are on point, right?
Right.
So
And
yeah, so that's like number one for me, right? And then I think
that was 400.
secondary would
Mhm.
be helping people who are already licensed in the
Yeah.
life insurance industry to have access to a company where they can actually own their book of business from day one.
Mhm.
Because let's be real, right? When people are connecting with you for help, they're connecting with you as a person. They're not connecting with the company,
Correct.
right?
That's
And
very,
so you
very
want to
true.
be able to, if you decide to shift, that they can follow you or come with you because that's why they invested with you, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Right? Because so many times I can't even count the amount of people that I've connected with who
Yeah.
have left an organization and unable to be contracted with another organization
Yeah,
up
yeah.
to like 12 months. So now they have the license, they still have to pay for E&O insurance, but they
Yeah.
can't do any business, right?
That I think that would scare me the most is
Yeah,
that you would have your people that went based on you and your personality
yeah,
and then they stay put
yeah,
because of the agreements and stuff that you
yeah,
have.
and the restrictions, right? And
Yeah,
that's a part of doing your homework, right?
exactly, exactly. And
The
I
only
hate
reason I know
restrictions.
this is because I dialed in, right? I
Yeah,
plugged in.
and I hate restrictions. That's
Yeah,
why like
me
what was well
too.
simple
Me too.
from when I
Yeah,
was doing buying a stock and I mentioned it to someone that had well simple. I was like, "Yo, you know what? I don't usually do this, but I feel like this is good. You should get this one."
yeah.
I'm like, "Yo, let me see your phone. Come." I was like, "Wow, Will Sample is whack. I'm sorry." And yes, I'm gonna say it. Sorry. That's
That's
before.
okay. That's okay.
No, because I actually don't like restrictions. Like
Yeah, me
restrictions.
neither. Yeah, I
Why
remember
are
what
you
you're talking
stopping
about.
me?
Yeah, because I remember in the early days of Simple when they started integrating cryptocurrency, you couldn't move your crypto off the platform. I remember that. Yeah, because I was like, no, like I'm not putting any of my crypto there. Are you crazy? Yeah,
What
I
is
remember.
what
I
is your
remember.
point? What is
Yeah,
your reasoning?
I remember.
So
Yeah.
like, but I know they've gotten better.
Hmm.
I think there's one thing that they've done that Questrade hasn't done yet.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, Questrade, I need you to do this. Because if you do this,
Yeah.
then I will never touch Well Simple. So I need you guys to fix up and do it. I can't remember what it is right now,
Okay.
but like I went on like, you know how they like have their announcements, oh, this is what's gonna happen and stuff. And it
Yeah.
was something that I valued.
Hmm.
I just don't remember it right now. Golly. I wonder what it was. Now, see, now it's gonna bother me. And if
Yeah.
I don't see anything, hold on. You do talking, because I'm gonna find it because it's gonna bother me if I don't find
No
it.
worries. Yeah. So, just to finish off on the last question you asked, because you were asking what projects or goals I'm currently working on. So,
Yeah.
personally, those were my goals, and then
Mm-hmm.
so that's personally for my 5 to 9, right?
Yes.
My 9 to 5, I'm actually working with an incredible company called Accelerate Auto,
Mm-hmm.
and we have goals there to expand our networks and to basically continue to pour into Black and underrepresented youth and
Mm-hmm.
professionals and connecting them with resources. So, for example, there we in February we completed an initiative where we were able to take students to the auto show. Right? Were you able to go to the auto
Shucks, I
show?
didn't get to go to the auto show. Listen,
Well,
it's
I met Han from Fast and the Furious. Yeah, and I called him Han too. His name
ah.
is Sung, but I called him Han because I've watched every single episode, so I know him as Han. Yeah, I know. It's okay. He actually called me out. He's like, "Ha!" He's like, "She called me Han."
It's the fact that you watched all of them.
All because they come out around my birthday, and
Fair
so
enough. Fair enough. Oh, it's
yeah,
a
I was,
birthday thing.
yeah, always. And then I'd leave the theater like,
You're
thinking
so
I'm in the movie.
silly.
Yeah,
You're like zoom, 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 zoom. Fast
yeah,
and the
but
Furious.
honestly,
See, I'm not gonna
literally.
find it. Unless it's
But yeah,
active.
so that initiative is what we've been doing to help students to land like co-op positions, connecting them with OEMs, and just the ability to basically network with high status individuals, right? Where when
Okay.
down the road they can check in their funnels and just be like, hey, like I know this person, maybe they have a job or an opportunity that I can connect with, right?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, shout outs to Chris and Shannon at Accelerate Auto,
But,
and
but, but, but,
definitely
but.
follow them on social media as well, just to see and keep an eye on what events are coming up because we're
Mhm.
plugging in and we're definitely getting the work out there. So yeah,
Nice.
those are my goals.
But I didn't find it. I think it was option trading, but maybe it's option trading with zero. But I feel like Questrade has that too now. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm glad. So you're working like full on the clock because I was so surprised when you messaged me last night. I was like, she
Yeah.
is not gonna be up early and stuff.
I'm you know that Energizer bunny where they're walking and knocking the yeah, that's literally me, guys. It's
Oh
just
my
yeah,
god. Yeah, right now that is me. It's like nonstop. I at least know the time for taxes is that's down, CRA is down, is from
yeah,
3 a.m. to 6 a.m. No, I'm not being that crazy and only having 3 hours of sleep. The last time I did that, I was miserable the next day.
yeah,
So at least if I have 5 to 6 hours, I'm Gucci.
yeah,
But obviously for a long period of time, that is not healthy.
yeah. It is, isn't it? Sorry, it isn't. I'm
I
like
was like,
I'm
is
actually
huh?
no, it is. It's not. Let me clarify. No, because honestly, like self care is really important. I think on Monday
Mm,
I went to Go Place and I got a massage on my back and on my feet because like our feet do so much work, carrying our whole body and walking and taking us everywhere, driving, the whole 9 years, right? So, yeah, my cousin booked it and we were able to just kind of relax and just debrief for a little bit, because
Yeah.
so many times I just, as I said, Energizer Bunny, I just keep going, right? So yeah, I was very grateful for that, for sure.
Right? And I'm going to be doing self-care today cuz yo, I haven't slept on a proper bed in so long cuz I'm crashing at my friends so I can, do some extra work.
Yeah.
Um but I decided to do self-care and
Hmm.
things. So I'm like extremely happy. But I'm so happy that we were able to do this
Yeah, me
because
too.
it is long overdue.
Yeah.
And like, how can the folks find you? Because I have the contact here.
Yeah.
And make sure because yo, just to tag her. My gosh.
So here's the thing, right? And this is why we're gonna have to talk to Instagram about that. But if you
Mm.
have a professional page, you can't make your page private, which is, it defeats the purpose.
It does.
But yeah, no, I had to make my page private, guys, just because there's impersonators that are adding an S to the end of my name or an underscore and trying to like finesse people to go to Telegram, and it's just, it's like I've made it, like I'm famous, I get it, but
but
like
right?
but no, all jokes aside, like I honestly don't want anyone to be getting financially extorted. There we go.
Extorted and financial potholes. Now
Yeah,
that's like what's the word? What's the one where the sinkhole, financial
yeah,
sinkhole. You don't want financial sinkholes either.
yeah,
It's funny because when I was looking for Katrina, or I was gonna tag her, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna tag you in the comments.
yeah,
Why did I see the fake?
yeah. That's my
and
that's my life right now.
but no, guys, ladies and gentlemen, like no real talks.
Hmm.
There are certain signs that you'll know it's a scam. And
Yeah.
I think I would need to do another like podcast about that.
Hmm.
Is you'll see an underscore if they don't have an underscore normally. If it's the same name and you
Hmm.
see an underscore, you're like, oh, mm-mm. If you see zero posts
Hmm.
after you've seen them have like 100 posts and stuff,
Yeah.
um, and especially if it's one of your friends
Yeah.
and they don't talk about that normally and
Yeah.
all of a sudden they want to talk about forex or investing and they
Yeah.
have you've never seen them talk about investing in your life,
Yeah.
it's a scam.
Yeah. And like also like 1 to 20 followers. And then when they are posting photos, be mindful of the dates, because sometimes they'll post multiple photos on the same
Mm-hmm.
day. Like,
And
guys, I'm gonna be honest, I suck at posting. So so if I do post,
let
right?
me see the last time I posted.
Like go check my dates on my actual page.
Right.
It's crazy. But I try to at least do stories so that you guys know and see where I'm at, so that you guys can get the information.
True,
But
true, true.
I'm working on the posting. I'm working on it. Life is very busy right now. But yeah,
Life
you
is
guys can text me
lifing.
directly. Yeah, life is life. You guys can text me directly at the number on the screen. My real Instagram is Winsurance CEO,
Bop,
and
bop, bop, bop.
yeah, we didn't even talk about that. Yeah, the company name, man. That was honestly, it was God sent.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Holy Trinity, where it's like the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. So it's three words in one, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so the reason I'm the co-founder of the organization is because I think God is my. I don't think, I know he's the founder, right?
Yeah.
And so the win is every person that I interact with. My goal is so that you win at the end of the day, right?
Nice,
And
nice.
in any way, shape, or form. And then obviously insurance, because we talked a lot about it during the podcast. And then
Yeah.
last but not least is CEO. Like, you have the ability to become the CEO of your life. And so make sure you map out what that looks like, and really what you want to attain, and make it come to fruition, right? So that's the three nuggets put together.
Bomb, 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 bomb. Um, I think the trinity of the
Mhm.
is lovely and beneficial, and I think obviously folks to win. Insurance is very important, and being the CEO of your life. I know there's a lot of people that are probably dealing with a lot of trials and tribulations on their life, and if they're able to speak to you to be able to get back in the front seat or driver's seat
Yeah.
instead of being in the back and just be like, "What's happening?" I think that's very beneficial, and I appreciate that. Like, and 10,400
Yeah. Let's
million.
go. That's the goal.
Boom, bam, bam.
Let's
And
make it
wait,
happen.
sorry, and let me remind me: is that the goal for this year or overall?
That's the overall goal. But if we can
Okay,
make it happen for 2026, like I'm not mad. Let's go.
that. So I can't wait to hear this. I can't wait to hear the story when you reach and things,
Yeah.
you
Working on it.
know,
Working on
because
it.
that's gonna be big. And yo, I really appreciate it. It was a lovely conversation. We chatted for I know we
A
chatted
while.
longer, but I mean, I when it comes to having a guest and like just talking about this, it's so much fun. It's so much education and things, and I'm glad that we were able to do this finally.
Yeah, absolutely. Me
Right?
too. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. And folks, make sure you like. Oh my gosh, make sure you like, comment. Tell a friend, subscribe, follow Katrina. Again, this is her things. Um, and I will definitely put in the show notes.
Yeah.
And when the website come, then you're gonna see how sweet up the website is and everything, right? I just know you're revamping it, so I'm not
Yeah.
gonna post it yet.
Yeah.
And yeah, this it is 6 years to this day when the world got cray.
Yeah. It is.
Let's try to have a positive, productive week,
Yeah.
year, something's gotta give. If you want to win, see what I did there?
Hey,
Just
talk
reach.
to
Yeah, talk to
talk to
Katrina,
insurance. CEO.
right? And then also the one thing that if you guys don't remember anything, yo, chasing fast money is not going to get you anywhere. It's
Yeah.
going to have you burnt out. We were talking about the financial pothole. You will be in a sinkhole,
Mm-hmm.
really and truly. So, like, learn it, educate yourself. Katrina's here, I'm here, and all that
Mm-hmm.
good stuff. All
Yeah.
right, folks.
All
Until
right.
next time. Probably be another recording because next week. Oh, wait. Oh, I was supposed to show that next week. Ugh. I should have remembered that one. Next week, I'll be at ACBN Symposium. I
Oh,
can't find the thing right
on
now.
Saturday.
Yeah, the Saturday. No,
I got
I'll post it.
that.
I'll post it on my story and stuff. But yeah,
Okay.
make sure you reach too. All right.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
All right. Blessings, y'all.
All right.
Blessings.
Have a good one.
I just wanna be free with my people to prosper.